If you're constantly having to chase new business and you don't have a steady flow of repeat customers coming in, you got to ask yourself why and not just presume. Because I can tell you, after talking to so many different shop owners now, everyone, not everyone, but very close to, presumes it's the price. But most of the time it probably isn't. But if you don't call your customers to find out, you're going to change your prices. You're going to cut the bottom line out of your business on a guess. And I hate guesses. Trust me, like, I don't gamble because I suck at guessing. If everyone says, guess what? I don't know. I'm just like, just tell me. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to sit there and play the game. I suck at guessing. So I don't think you should guess when it comes to your business. And if you don't call the customer and find out why they're not coming back, you're just guessing. It's a simple thing. If you haven't seen someone for 6 months, call them. If you haven't spoken to someone 2 or 3 weeks after they've been in for a service, give yourself an uppercut, because you should be. Hey, just call them and see that everything was great with the car. You're happy with it? Excellent. No worries at all. Shows the customer you care, which is why we're there. We're there to care for their motoring, not care for their money. We want to make sure that their car is safe and reliable so they can get to wherever they need to be. If you're not in the habit of making those follow-up phone calls, it's probably something you should start. But first of all, I want you to go back and look at customers that haven't come back to your workshop. The ones that have been in the last 12 months but haven't been back. The one-timers. And call them and ask why. What have you got to lose? There's a good chance they're not coming back, so there's a good chance they're going to be quite honest. And you are probably just presuming, oh, it's because we cost too much, which is what everyone thinks. Oh, we cost too much. Oh, hang on. It's probably not that. Imagine you called, say, 6 customers, and if you think they're not coming back, you've really got nothing to lose by calling them, because they're not coming back anyway. Call them and say, hey, haven't seen you for 12 months. Would love to know if your car's due for a service, can we help you out? Or if you're in the market for something, we're here to help you. You might come across as desperate, but it doesn't really matter. Like, it's how you communicate it, so you don't sound desperate. You actually send it on a fact-finding mission. Now, if you're only a small workshop and you're the person on the front counter who dealt with them, it's kind of awkward if you're the same person that makes the phone call to say, how was my service? If you're the person on the front counter, it's kind of awkward for you to make the phone call. Get your partner to do it. Or get a very close friend. If you're a tiny little shop, get a close friend you trust to come in and say, hey, we're just calling up on behalf of XYZ Workshop. We saw you were in 12 months ago, you haven't been back. We would like to see you again. If you have chosen to go elsewhere, we'd like to know why. The answer might shock you. It might come down to, the guy at the front counter had BO. He really gave me a bad vibe. He hadn't brushed his teeth. Or one of the questions which I was not aware of when we started doing this on our second workshop was parking was a nightmare. And we then went, okay, well, we need to change the way we run the day, how we move the customers' cars. Once they've dropped a car off for service, we need to move it out of the parking bay and put it elsewhere. So the marked, because it was in a shopping centre, we had marked bays for our store. We had to park it elsewhere, so customers always had somewhere they could park. Because parking was a problem. Wasn't a cost problem. It's just, yeah, parking's a bloody nightmare. Well, we didn't know that until we called. We maybe have thought it, but I didn't think it was that much of a problem. I didn't think it was upsetting customers. Turns out it was. It could be, look, your hours don't suit our business. There is a lot of people out there in this trade at the moment trying to push a 4-day work week. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I work a 7-day work week. I work every day. And I'm not suggesting everyone does. But if you only work Tuesday to Friday or Monday to Thursday or Monday, Tuesday and have Wednesday off, that might not suit those customers. They might only have Mondays off from their job as well. Maybe they get to work a 4-day work week as well. And that's the day they need to get the car in. You're not open Mondays, well, they've found someone else who works Mondays. You can't run your business on guesses. And the best way to not guess why customers aren't coming back is to call them. And I know it's easy to do customer follow-up phone calls with the happy ones. You know the ones, they're smiling, they see you in the street, they'll wave to you. It's really easy to pick that low-hanging fruit and go for those like customers because you want to hear something good about yourself or about your business. Say, oh, let's just call Bob because we know that he likes us. Let's hear what he's got to say. They're not the customers you need the feedback from because they keep coming back to you. That's the feedback. They're happy with you because they keep coming back. It's the customers that don't come back that you need the feedback from. And the only way you're going to find that out is by calling them. So get on the phone. If you haven't seen them for 9, 10, 12 months, call them. There's another good point. Don't presume customers don't like you, or don't presume customers do like you. I'm sure we've all had friends that are nice to your face, but as soon as you turn around, they'll stab you in the back. What are the fair with the friends? Like two-faced people. There's two-faced customers as well. I'm like that. I go somewhere, a bad restaurant. Oh, not a bad. I go to a restaurant, I get really bad service. I'll be polite to the lady. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, how's everything? Yeah, great. Bullshit. I'm never coming back again. I don't need the angst. I'm not going to sit there and say, hey, your customer service sucks, and have that awkwardness. Whereas my dad would. Oh, he'd let him know. I'll just never go back. And that's something that maybe if they were smart enough to call me 6 months down the track and say, hey, you came into a restaurant, you never came back again, I'd be like, yeah, the service was shit. But they wouldn't know if they didn't call me, because I'm not going to make a scene. So you can't just presume that the smiling people are going to be your fans. But I honestly think if you're going to start making phone calls, call the ones that you thought were prickly. They might tell you to F off. They might tell you to pound out. Look, hang up on you. Doesn't matter. They weren't coming back anyway, were they? So you haven't lost a customer. And if anything, it shows that you actually care enough to make a phone call. So if they hated you before the phone call, they're not going to hate you anymore. They're just going to maybe understand you because you take your business seriously. But if you're not wanting to do it yourself, get someone you trust to do it. A family member. Like, get one of your staff members to do it maybe. But I know if you're only a 2 or 3 man shop, it might be difficult. But get your partner, your wife, or your girlfriend, or a sister or brother. Someone to call up on behalf. Calling up on behalf of XYZ business. We saw you 12 months ago, wondering if we could reach out and offer you any other services, or if there's a reason that you chose not to come back to our business. We did that quite a few times and actually had people say, oh, yeah, I am due for a service. Can I book in again? They just they don't read their sticker, and they don't care about that. They don't adhere to service schedules as well as a mechanic would. As a mechanic should. I know all our vehicles are overdue for servicing. My wife's car only gets serviced when she nags me long enough to say it's now run out. She's got like the European car that gives you the countdown. I've never done it once before it actually runs out. It's always 1,000 or 2,000 over, but that's a long story. Anyway, that's just my thoughts for today. There's no way you're going to own a boss business if you keep being basic. Let's go from basic to boss. See you next time.